My name is Camden. And my name is Brooke. And after the 2 films that we saw on Friday, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So my mom helped us make a poem. Earth is here for us to play, to eat, to drink, to be okay. Wow, she gives a lot to us.
Earth is here for us to grow, to learn, to love. Doesn't she know just how much she means to us?
Earth is here for us to share. We have the job to show we care. She really means so much to us.
The earth is here for us to live, to thrive, survive, and to give. Shouldn't she mean the world to us? Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Livy, and I actually wrote this poem 2 years ago. It's called Mother Nature. She's standing with her back to me, facing a tree, and I can see every notch cut deep into her spine. This image of her is already burned into my mind, thin and desperate, facing something so certain and resolute, something that is brimming with life and strength. I've heard the stories. She used to be certain and resolute, brimming with life and strength. She was gifted to us, and she was the most beautiful thing. Long hair and big eyes, innocent and trusting. They thought we could take care of her. She's standing with her back to me, and she is milk, paper, snow white, marbled with veins, thin and blue like branches. She turns toward me, slow, weak, frail, and I can see every single cut they have carved into her with their knives and their nails. I can hear the echoes of every single scream and wail and plea, and I know somehow that she hears them at night, coming at her from the darkness like shining knives. I know she relives every single mutilation, and I know that it is driving her out of her poor young mind. She is beyond fraying at the edges. She is holding herself together with shaking hands. She is breaking before my very eyes, and this is no noble, heroic, cinematic shattering. This is no earth-shattering fall, no clattering sword after a fight. This is not poetic, to be this broken. These are not words on a page. These are no ink stains that line her skin. This is just a girl, a beautiful, awe-inspiring girl who was given to us, who has given to us. This is just a girl who has been destroyed. Her pleas simply slip into the folds of the air, silent, invisible, gone. They have long since drowned her out with their chainsaws and their weapons, their excuses and their machinery. I stand here, seeing every single hole they have pierced into her skin. I try to imagine what she feels, and the feelings that come are only shadows, soft and insubstantial, and even they make me want to fall to my knees. How could they do this? I am so ashamed to be human. I want to run to her, hold her in my arms, protect her, this beautiful, beautiful girl. Instead, I just stand there, and from the bottom of my weighted chest, 2 words rise, travel to my dry, caked mouth, and release themselves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, God. I am so, so sorry.
Hi, I'm Dylan McCarthy. I didn't bring a poem. I actually brought a quote, and this is it. Environment is not an abstract concern or simply a matter of aesthetics or of personal taste, although it can and should involve these as well. Man is shaped to a great extent by his surroundings. Our physical nature, our mental health, our culture and institutions, our opportunities for challenge and fulfillment, our very survival. All of these are directly related to and affected by the environment in which we live. They depend upon the continued healthy functioning of the natural systems of the earth. That comes from a letter written to Congress in 1970 by the founder of the Environmental Protection Agency, Richard Nixon.
Hi, I'm Mark Doherty, and I've got a quote as well. In his book, Familiar Letters from Henry David Thoreau asked, What is the use of a house if you haven't got a tolerable planet to put it on?
Okay, are we ready to rock again? All right, now are the kids going to come up, or how is this going to work? Or everyone just... Yeah, all right. So we're going to jam, but if you don't have an instrument in your hands, if you want to go like this, recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff can be turned back. I said recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff can be turned back, all right? Hey, my friends, now listen close. Gonna tell you about something you should think about most. There's so much trash in the world and the streets, filling up the parks and messing up the beach. But we don't need to keep it that way. Just pick it up, but don't throw it away. 'Cause if it's paper, bottle or can, don't you know you can recycle it, man? We don't need trash, we don't need slime. I said no sir, no ma'am. Just pick up the trash and clean up the grime, 'cause leaving it there would be such a crime. Hurry up, don't waste your time. Take 'em back for a nickel or a dime. I said recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff can be turned... I can't hear you. Recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff can be turned back. Yeah. You can take some of those interesting things, tie them to a stick or make a tambourine, glue them to some paper, make yourself a mask. Recycling is an easy task. Take some parts from an old bicycle and make yourself a go-kart. You can recycle. An old lampshade would make a fancy hat. A cardboard box could be a bed for your cat. Get some old socks, and what do you know? You can put on your own puppet show. I said, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. A recycle artist is what I am. Just pick up the trash and open your mind. You won't believe all the stuff you can find. I said, recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff can be turned back. I said, recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff a little louder. I said, recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff can be turned... One more. I said, recycle, recycle, rap. Some of that stuff can be turned back. That was awesome. Thank you. That song, the words were written by my friend Marion Street People, and I came up with the beat one day, and we put it together. Good job.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jack, and in his poem, Childe Harold's Pilgrimage, Lord Byron wrote, "There is a pleasure in the pathless woods, there is a rapture on the lonely shore. There is society where none intrudes by the deep sea, and music in its roar. I love not man the less, but nature more. From these are interviews in which I steal from all I may be or have been before, to mingle with the universe and feel what I can near express, yet cannot all conceal."
My name is Julian. Earth does not belong to us. We belong to the earth. Chief Seattle.
Hello, I'm Chris, and this is a poem by Aaron Hansen called Revere. If one of the things you believe in is that the world's an ugly place, you must have never gone outside and stared up into space. You haven't felt the way the air changes in the minutes before it rains, or watched the world pass by below out the window of a plane. You've never been awake so early that you see the moment the sun starts to rise, and you've never lain with your back on the grass and made shapes with the clouds in the sky. And maybe if you've done all this, but still don't believe it's not true, it's because you can't see all of the beauty that I see when I look at you. Thank you.
I have a quote from Albert Einstein. I'm Teddy. And he said, "Look deep into nature and you will understand everything better."
I'm Brooke, and I just have a short sentence from The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not.
So great to hear you guys. Thank you. So, I have a question. What are the 4 sacred elements that something needs to have to be alive? Water. Air. Fire. Earth. And then the children have taught me that there's a 5th element, love. Okay? So I'm gonna teach you a little African dancing 101, okay? You can do it in your chairs or you can get up if you want. Everyone, put your hands and go earth. 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 Now we're going to kiss the sky and look up and smile for the air. Sky, sky. Oh, beautiful air. Sky, sky, sky. Great. Then we're going to take our hands to our heart and with the fire and the love and spread that love. Love, love. From side to side. Love, love. There you go. Beautiful. Love, love, love. And now we get to do the wave. Water, 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 water. Okay, excellent. Now we're going to shorten it. Follow me. You're going to add some sounds. You can do it. Don't worry. You're going to go, hi, ya. Ready? Hi, ya. Great. Now we're going to kiss the sky and sing, hey, ya. Hey, ya. And then the heart, hey, ya. And hey, ya. Yep. Great. Let's put it together. Hi, hey, 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 you got it. And I don't care if you sing hi, ho, or who. All right. Just keep singing. And then we're going to sing this song as an affirmation of life. We're going to sing, I am here. I'm alive. Let me hear it. I am here. I'm alive. And then you're going to turn to the people around you and wake them up and say, you are here, you're alive. Get somebody else. You are here, you're alive. Look them, there you go. And keep finding a new person. Look them right in the eye when we sing that one. And the last one we're going to sing, we are here, we're alive. We are here, we're alive. Okay, you're ready. So you can just kind of dance, clap your hands, snap your fingers. Here we go. That's great. The waves roll in, the waves roll out, the sun goes up and down. And like a dream, I'm on this earth as she spins around. Everything has a rhythm and a rhyme on this earth, and our lives have a purpose for our earth. For I am here, I'm alive. For I am here, I'm alive. Yeah, you got it. Sing it again. Oh, I am here, I'm alive. Okay, get your hands to the earth. Here we go. Hi, ya, hey, sky, heart, hey, ya, water, hey, ya, earth, hi, ya, sky, hey, ya, heart, hey, ya, water, hey, ya. Woo! Keep moving, keep clapping. Doing great. Get that chi flowing in your body. Some believe that every life is chosen from above. We come deep breath. Feel that energy. Bring it down. So every day when you awake, go greet the rising sun. Give thanks for all you have to give and all you will receive. Even all of the struggle and the pain is a gift. For without it our spirit wouldn't live. For we are here. For we are here. We're alive. Yeah, a little louder. For we are here. We're alive. One more time. For we are here. We're alive. Hands to the earth. High, yeah, yeah, sky. Hey, yeah, yeah, heart. Hey, yeah, yeah, water. Hey, yeah, yeah, earth. High, yeah, yeah, sky. Hey, yeah, yeah, heart. Hey, yeah, yeah, water. Hey, yeah, keep going, earth. We are here, sky. We're alive, heart, water, earth. Oh, we are sky here. Heart, alive. Now wiggle your fingers and look at each other's eyes and sing, we're alive, we're alive. Excellent, beautiful. So I want to share my dream is to make a video. Well, we made one today thanks to Charlie. But I want to see like thousands of people doing that dance on the beach or on a field of grass and have it videotaped professionally. So that's my dream. So maybe you can sign my mailing list and I'll let you know when that's going to happen. All right. Yes. We'll do it at Leona's Circle by the Sea, July 7th. Sounds like a good idea. We need a professional videographer there. That sounds great.
Good morning. I'm James Kirshner, and I bring you greetings from the Venerable Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh. For those of you not familiar with him, Thich Nhat Hanh is a Vietnamese peacemaker and poet and friend of the earth. He was born in 1926. He's 91 now. And in 1966, he was ordained as a Dharmacharya, which is the same as a lama or a Zen master, a teacher of Buddhist traditions. And that is an honor that's passed on personally from generation to generation. 1966 was also the year I first learned about Buddhist meditation when I was at college. And I remember 4 years later, in 1970, our college got together and celebrated the first Earth Day, and we had a protest march to a nearby Dow chemical plant that was polluting the Ohio River. And that's been cleaned up now, so that's good. In 1973, Thich Nhat Hanh was at the Paris Peace Talks, and he also traveled around the United States, spreading the word, as taught by the Buddha, that we are all one. And he started his own Buddhist order called the Order of Interbeing. And this funny brown getup I'm wearing symbolizes the fact that I've been ordained as a member of the Order of Interbeing. And our most basic belief is that we are all one. And that leads to a belief in compassion and loving kindness and non-harming, including non-harming the earth. Now, Thich Nhat Hanh in 2014 suffered a stroke, and he's no longer able to speak or write as much as he used to. But in 2008, he wrote one of his best-selling books. It was called The World We Have. And I recommend everybody run out and get a copy of The World We Have. It's one of the most important manifestos about the importance of saving the earth. And I'd like to read a brief excerpt from that book. We are like sleepwalkers, not knowing what we are doing or where we are heading. Whether we can wake up or not depends on whether we can walk mindfully on our Mother Earth. The future of all life, including our own, depends on our mindful steps. We have to hear the bells of mindfulness that are sounding all across our planet. We have to start learning how to live in a way so that a future will be possible for our children and our grandchildren. I have sat with the Buddha, Thich Nhat Hanh writes, for a long time and consulted him about the issue of global warming. And the teachings of the Buddha is very clear. If we continue to live as we have been living, consuming without a thought to the future, destroying our forests and emitting greenhouse gases, then devastating climate change is inevitable. Much of our ecosystem will be destroyed. Sea levels will rise and coastal cities will be inundated, forcing hundreds of millions of refugees from their homes, creating wars and outbreaks of infectious disease. We need a kind of collective awakening. There are among us men and women who are awakened, but it's not enough. The masses are still sleeping. They cannot hear the ringing of the bells. We've built a system we cannot control. This system imposes itself on us, and we have become its slaves and victims. Most of us, in order to have a house, a car, a refrigerator, a TV, and so on, must sacrifice our time and our lives in exchange. We are constantly under the pressure of time. In former times, we could afford 3 hours for 1 cup of tea, enjoying the company of our friends in a serene and spiritual atmosphere. We could organize a party just to celebrate the blossoming of 1 orchid in our garden. But today, we can no longer afford those things. We say time is money. We've created a society in which the rich become richer and the poor become poorer, in which we are so caught up in our own immediate problems that we cannot afford to be aware of what is going on with the rest of our human family or our planet Earth. In my mind, Thich Nhat Hanh writes, I see a group of chickens in a cage disputing over some seeds of grain, unaware that in a few hours they will all be killed. The Chinese, the Indians, and the Vietnamese are still dreaming of the American dream, as if that dream were the ultimate goal of mankind. Everyone has to have a car of their own, a bank account, a cell phone, a television set. Well, in 25 years, the population of China will be 1.5 billion people, and if each of them wants to drive their own private car, China will need 99 million barrels of oil every day. But the world production today is only 84 million barrels of oil per day. So the American dream is not possible for the Chinese, nor the Indians, nor the Vietnamese, nor anyone. An American dream is no longer possible for the Americans. We cannot continue to live like this. It is not a sustainable economy. We have to have another dream, the dream of brotherhood and sisterhood, of loving kindness and compassion. And that dream is possible right here and right now. We have the wisdom, we have the means. We have enough wisdom to be able to live this dream. Mindfulness is at the heart of awakening, of enlightenment. We practice breathing to be able to be there in the present moment so that we can recognize what is happening in and around us. It's wonderful to realize that we are all in a family. We are all children of the earth. We should take care of each other, and we should take care of our environment. And this is possible with the practice of togetherness. A positive change in individual awareness will bring about a positive change in collective awareness. Protecting the planet must be given the first priority. I hope you will take the time to sit down with each other, have a cup of tea with your friends and your families, and discuss these things. Make your decision and then act to save our beautiful planet Earth. Changing your way of living will bring you a lot of joy right away. Then the healing can begin. Thank you.
My name is Ben Lemmer, and this is a poem called I Am Standing from the book Evidence by Mary Oliver. I am standing on the dunes in the heat of summer, and I am listening to mockingbird again who is tonguing his embellishments, and in the distance, the sky, weed-loving sparrow who has but one soft song, which he sings again and again in something somewhere inside. My own unmusical self begins humming. Thanks for the beauty of the world. Thanks for my life.
Hi, I'm Noah, and I have a poem by Kelly Roper called Thankful. These are the things I'm thankful for. The sweet smell of flowers in springtime, beautiful clear blue skies above me, the feeling of damp grass beneath my feet, the sound of a free running stream, the warmth of the sun on my cheeks, the sight of a field filled with corn, the sound of birds singing in the trees, the taste of fresh picked raspberries, crisp, clear autumn mornings, the sound of leaves crackling beneath my feet, the sight of pumpkins growing in the field, the first chill of winter in the air, the sight of the snowflakes frolicking in the breeze, watching the children skate on the frozen pond, and seeing the first drops of spring.
I am Camden, and I have a poem by quote by Dr. Seuss. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees because I have no tongues. The Lorax, Dr. Seuss.
Hi, I'm Joy. Today I'll be reading a poem called A Rock, a River, a Tree by Maya Angelou. A rock, a river, a tree, host to species long since departed, mark the mastodon, the dinosaur who left dry tokens of their sojourn here on our planet floor. Any broad alarm of their hastenings doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today, the rock cries out to us, clearly, forcefully, come. You may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny, but seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down here. You, created only a little lower than the angels, have crouched too long in the bruising darkness, have lain too long face down in ignorance. Your mouth spelling words, armed for slaughter. The rock cries out today, you may stand on me, but do not hide your face. Across the wall of the world, a river sings a beautiful song. Come rest here by my side. Each of you a bordered country, delicate and strangely made proud, yet thrusting perpetually under siege. Your armed struggles for profit have left collars of waste upon my shore, currents of debris upon my breast. Yet today I call you to my riverside, if you will study war no more. Come, clad in peace, and I will sing the songs the Creator gave to me when I and the tree and the stone were one, before cynicism was a bloody sear across your brow, and when you yet knew, you still knew nothing. The river sings and sings on. There is a true yearning to respond to. The singing river and the wise rock. So say the Asian, the Hispanic, the Jew, the African, the Native American, the Sioux, the Catholic, the Muslim, the French, the Greek, the Irish, the rabbi, the priest, the sheik, the gay, the straight, the preacher, the privileged, the homeless, the teacher, they all hear the speaking of the tree. Today, the first and last of every tree speaks to humankind. Come to me, here beside the river. Plant yourself beside me, here beside the river. Each of you, descendant of some passed-on traveler, has been paid for. You who gave me my first name, you Pawnee, Apache, and Seneca, you Cherokee nation who rested with me, then forced on bloody feet, left me to the employment of other seekers, desperate for gain, starving for gold. You, the Turk, the Swede, the German, the Scot, you, the Ashanti, the Yoruba, the Kru, bought, sold, stolen, arriving on a nightmare, praying for a dream, here, root yourself beside me. I am the tree planted by the river, which will not be moved. I, the rock, I, the river, I, the tree, I am yours. Your passages had been paid. Lift up your faces. You have a piercing need for this bright morning dawning for you. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, and if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Lift up your eyes upon the day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Women, children, men, take it into the palm of your hands. Mold it into the shape of your most private need. Sculpt it into the image of your most public self. Lift up your hearts. Each new hour holds new chances for new beginnings. Do not be wedded forever to fear, yoked eternally to brutishness. The horizon leans forward, offering you space to place new steps of change. Here, on the pulse of this fine day, you may have the courage to look out and upon me, the rock, the river, the tree, your country, no less to Midas than the mendicant, no less to you now than the mastodon then. Here on the pulse of this new day, you may have the grace to look up and out and into your sister's eyes, into your brother's face, your country, and say simply, very simply, with hope, good morning.
All right, you guys getting ready to do a reggae song? You can get those instruments going. You might want to get up and dance. I wrote this song when I lived in Hingham and when they were debating whether they should cap the dump or not because it was getting too full with all our stuff, and this was 20 years ago. So I really think we have to start a new consciousness of this takeout society that we have. I work now in the restaurant industry, and you wouldn't believe just how much trash this one little place creates every single day. And so maybe we can all work on it in our neighborhoods and our villages and try to come up with other systems for that. So here we go. It's called Shutting Down the Dump. And we can also apply it to the political system. And you can sing. It goes, shutting down the dump. Whoa, oh, shutting down the dump. Sing the oh part. Oh, something's gotta be done. Okay, I gotta hear the beat for a second. Hold on a second. We gotta make sure we're in sync with this. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Something's gotta be done. Oh, oh, it's all of the time. Oh, oh, touching the sky, sky, sky. Oh, oh, it's hurting our eyes. Oh, oh, the poison in the land. Oh, machines when we get humans. Want to breathe the air. He wants to drink the water. We want our children's hands to touch the soil without fear. Shut down the dump. Whoa, whoa, shut down the dump. Whoa, whoa, shut down the dump.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at www.unityoncapecod.org.